So Spider-Man 4, the sequel to No Way Home, just got a ton of huge updates from a few different industry insiders, and we're gonna break down all that and more in today's video. So if you don't want to miss out on a thing Spider-Man, or you just want to stay up to date on everything MCU, especially going into Quantumania, don't miss out on anything and drop a subscription down below. We've been blowing up lately and I really appreciate all the support. But that being said, let's jump in. So Tom Holland has a new 6-picture deal reportedly with the MCU, and obviously that 6 pictures is including appearances from Spider-Man in movies like The Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. Well, we know for sure that Spider-Man 4 is set to start filming at the end of 2023 and reportedly has a budget of $200 million, which is the exact same amount of money that they spent on No Way Home, even though we're minus 2-star cast members. And what's going to be really interesting about Spider-Man 4 is that it's supposed to be a street-level story. And with the tentative release date of July 2024, which I think is supposed to coincide with Daredevil Born Again, we'll talk about that later in the video, but with the tentative release date of July 2024, and the fact that we know this is supposed to be a lower quote-unquote street-level story, I would expect a pretty big break from the CGI fest that we've typically had for Spider-Man. I know a lot of fans would love to see a kind of one-on-one Spidey movie. I really don't think that's in the cards for quite a while, but I think if anything, the most use of CGI in Spider-Man 4 is probably going to be his suit. Now, also set to return in Spider-Man 4 is Zendaya, Tom Holland's real-life girlfriend. It's not clear how she's going to reprise the role of MJ, whether or not she'll be a big character or a small character, and I know a lot of Spider-Man fans are hoping to see somebody like Black Cat, who is confirmed for Spider-Man 4, but she's said to be very toned down. I'm really curious to see how they do Black Cat under the Disney umbrella, because quite frankly, I don't really know how well that's going to work, especially because she is not going to be a love interest in this movie, at least not a fully fledged one like MJ. Now, aside from Tom Holland and Zendaya, who else from the wider MCU do we have appearing in Spider-Man 4? I mean, every Spider-Man movie is chocked full of cameos, and considering how big of a brand Spider-Man is, he will 100% be getting used to shepherd in new characters, or at least to shine a spotlight on those characters. So at least for Spider-Man 4, expect to see characters like Daredevil, Echo, and even Kingpin. Whether or not this is going to be a full Defenders team-up movie is being held pretty close to the vest right now, and there's a lot of crazy rumors flowing around that like Miles Morales might be Peter's new flatmate. That seems absolutely insane to me, although I do know for a fact that Miles Morales is confirmed to be in Secret Wars. But if you've read the comic books, that's not saying a whole lot. Secret Wars is supposed to contain every single character we've met, and a lot of the ones we haven't. And when I saw the report that Miles Morales was confirmed for Secret Wars, my mind immediately jumped to a multiversal incursion thing. I don't feel like there's any way they're dropping Miles Morales inside of 616, especially when they're deliberately moving Spider-Man down from the cosmic space stories to the friendly neighborhood stories. Obviously, there's going to be very intense moments in the new Spider-Man movie, but in terms of scale, this will be much more community-oriented, kind of like the Miles Morales Spider-Man game if you played that. That's my guess for this movie. Now, I've been asked in the comment section a couple times if Jessica Jones and the Punisher specifically will be in this movie. My guess is look for those characters more in Daredevil Born Again. I'm sure Daredevil will show up. I mean, Matt Murdock and Peter Parker have already had interactions, obviously after Doctor Strange's spell. We don't know how much of that is retained, because obviously Matt Murdock never saw Peter Parker anyway, so he might still remember that he had a conversation with Spider-Man, just not with Peter. And as far as Daredevil Born Again goes, I have a theory about how it ties in with Spider-Man 4. See, Spider-Man 4 is set to release in July of 2024, and Daredevil Born Again is set to release in the spring of 2024. Now, obviously they're still casting for Daredevil Born Again, but that means they already have most of the script written, or at least enough of the script to have an understanding of what kinds of characters they need to cast. And my assumption is because they know how popular Daredevil Born Again will be, it might wind up being an expected watch from Marvel. More in line with WandaVision and Loki, how you kind of had to watch those shows if you wanted to understand the greater MCU as a whole. I think it's going to go Spider-Man 4, where we get a scene with Pete asking Matt Murdock for help, and then Daredevil Born Again would directly deal with the results. But again, I don't think this is going to be an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. level watch. I think this is going to be important, and I think they're going to use Spider-Man 4 to show you just how important Daredevil might be. Because with the MCU barreling towards Captain America New World Order and the Thunderbolts, really fleshing out more government lawyery type characters is going to be very, very important. And I guess on that level, Secret Invasion is a pretty big deal there too. So it's not unimaginable to see Matt Murdock for a split second in She-Hulk, get a longer cameo from him in Spider-Man, possibly even him helping with a few scenes or a few bad guys, then getting his own show dealing with New York crime, and then by the time we're at Thunderbolts, we've got a fully set up Daredevil, a fully set up She-Hulk, with big power players like Rhodey and Nick Fury, all kind of colliding against Allegra de Fontaine, and obviously Harrison Ford's Thunderbolt Ross. And that's what I really like about what's going on in the MCU right now, is this video started off as a Spider-Man 4 announcement, and very quickly we go from Spider-Man 4 to Daredevil Born Again, to something like Echo potentially, right into projects like New World Order and Thunderbolts. Now, if you guys did enjoy this Marvel breakdown, please subscribe to culture down below, and I'll see you very soon with another Marvel video. All right, peace.